And so, dear lighted ones, thank you for tuning in once again in your now moment, so that you may allow everything to be let go and released of what was, in your limitations, in your imperfections, and understand that those are perfections in and of itself. They are still carrying on their version of that frequency in that reality. And that's okay. It is all inclusive and required for the whole of creation, for the all that is to exist. And that's why we can let go at the heart level. For those that appear to be struggling and moving in their own way, or in lack of understanding because of their separation, their understanding about separation, their understanding about fear and judgment and all of those things that allow us to be separate, we can let go and understand that it's all required in the whole of the all. And that parallel earth will exist always in its own way, in its own frequency, in its own dimensional realm of potential. And I'll also give you an offering that I was given yesterday while I was at the dentist, of all places. A wonderful download from my team, because my mind was allowing my energy to heal in the moment of having my dentist appointment, because it's not something that I enjoy, being at the dentist, because I am a channeler, because I work with energy. A lot of the blockages that I ever move with happens in the jaw and the face and the mouth area, because it's about speaking my truth and speaking the word of God and so on. So anything that comes up for me as far as a health issue always seems to come in the mouth and the jaw area. And so having my teeth cleaned is not something that I enjoy. And it just allows me to focus my energy in the healing process. So as I was sitting in the chair, allowing this this healing transaction to occur, my team gave me a download about the universes, because I was asking for more information about allowing myself to get into greater expansiveness about understanding our universe as a whole, so that I can disseminate what I know to be true about standing in human form, how we can understand more of who we are. And this is my greatest passion. And we've talked with many people this week that have sent their emails or comments in through the various social platforms, asking questions and getting intrigued about who they are and their triggers that are occurring within their own pathwork. And I'm constantly referring them back to the books, because the books have been my own personal process and awakening, and noting that there are phases and initiations that one moves through. However, understanding your now moment can allow you your full maximum ability to create that power, that catalytic power that you can then imbue and sow into your universal bedding, where anything is possible. You pull in anything you desire and it comes to you. It swims to you, because you know and you understand that you're this God particle swimming in the matrix of the all, and you have access to it all. Understanding this, imbuing this, expanding into this, can allow you such great liberation and freedom about why you're here and what you're here to experience. For we all have come to experience our awakening from limitation and density into a more liberated form. That's the ride. That's the intrigue. So allow yourself to let go of the aspect of having it feel so challenging and so heavy, because it doesn't have to be. Change how you perceive it, how you are allowing yourself to interpret your ride. And this is the underlying idea of the law of attraction or the law of manifestation. It's how you perceive that will allow you to see more of what is, sending out those love vibrations at the heart level, which a lot of manifestation theories are missing. The concept of how the heart is entangled with the law of manifestation, or the law of attraction, or the law of giving and receiving. And this is why when you entangle at the universal level, you can understand your threading within it all and just be. You don't have to have a goal or outline your progress or outline your processes. You're in a state of being, the constant becoming of universal energy, ever expanding, ever moving, ever delighted, ever lighted, ever empowered. 360 degrees, you're moving as a spherical ball of light with infinite potential. And the cosmic friends, the cosmic brethren, the cosmic family are celebrating your awareness of this. Yes, they understand they are not alone. They are not separate. We are one. Come out and play. The playground is so very vast. So many things to explore in these energetic understandings. And you are not required to be given forms and forms and forms of data and proof. For we know what is. And it resides, it lies, it exists at the heart level. And that cannot be proven. It is just something you know to be true. It is felt with every fiber of your being. Just as you are who you are. You know your name, do you not? You know you exist, do you not? Allowing yourself to understand and know that you are a multidimensional being, also existing on an infinite number of parallel realities at this current now moment. And as your energy slides back and forth and up and down and spiraling in and out, you can sense those parallel realities because there are moments in your day, this now moment, where you can feel as if the earth feels different. Your reality just feels different. Has it opened up for you? Does it feel lighter? Or does it feel a little bit dense and everything you're interacting with seems to be negatively challenging? That's you shifting through the parallel realities that exist. Brand new reality right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, here and here. New moments, new realities. This is how powerful a creator you are. And this is what has been ruminated from our most ancient tablets. Ancient, written in stone, written in papyrus. It doesn't matter. These are the wisdoms from the stars brought to the humans that walk upon a planet, allowing themselves to know that there is evolution if we so desire. There is love within us all if we so desire to understand it and know it. How we swim about in every moment of now, expanding and communicating as spherical orbs, pulsating information and intent. The emanations from a mere thought are beyond what you can understand, because you cannot see it at a universal quantum level. Yet. When our children walk through our house and they are sad or upset about something, there does not require words to be spoken. For the genetics, the DNA of all that you are can sense the change in frequency of those that you love. And this is when the heart opens and allow the divine to live through you. And in any moment there may be a challenging discussion or conversation. Open your heart chakra, your heart center of all that you are, so that you may be the conduit, the vessel to which Source speaks. And you will see situations change within a breath, because Source is breath, and so are you. It does not have to be a conversation of my way versus your way, my path versus your path, my understandings versus your understandings, my wisdoms versus your wisdoms, which is the game of politics we see playing out within our reality right now. This continues the paradigm of separation. This continues the paradigm of ineffectiveness. Does it not? Have we not seen this in every aspect of our social media, especially this time of year? There are those, and we can talk about this in another show, there are those of us that have energetic implants or physical implants that have been gifted to us and we've agreed to in contract by our celestial teams and our higher self and our soul and so on and so on. Everything that is involved with the soul blueprint, the soul contract. And I myself have an energetic imprint because part of my role here, part of my passion and my excitement is to be ambassador for universal unification, to inspire and disseminate universal energies so that you may know you're a grander part of the family of all that is. Source swims within you. It's not separate from you. It's an aspect of you. And so in this, I am gifted with an energetic implant so that my teams whomever they may be, because they shift and change all the time based on my pacing, based on my intent and my excitement. That's your speed work, if you will, of to slow down or to speed up based on your excitement, what you're moving through, what lessons you're moving through, how you're allowing yourself to clear and heal and love and redefine and realign. And that's why we have the books, because it all allows you to prepare for greater expansiveness, greater understanding, because we've never been taught these things. And so some of us do have these implants. And these implants, they do many different things. They have many different roles for these implants. And my particular implant is one that's within the energetic field of all that I am, within the etheric field of who I am, so that my teams and I can communicate in a much more ease-filled way, so that every emotion that I have is triggered and tracked, if you will. And I mean track in the now moment. It doesn't mean that there's, like we see on TV with how our governments track our every move. It's not that way. It's an energetic tracking. So that if I take a trip, and that's why my light ships are always where I am if I'm traveling, Scotland, LA, wherever I have been, I have taken pictures of my light ships in the sky, and they're all on the websites if you choose. But every time I've moved somewhere, there they are. It doesn't matter if I'm visiting a friend or if I'm, on a trip somewhere, my light ships will be there. They're always with me. They always know where I am. And it's just energetically linked with me. And they're always cueing me, and I'm always cueing them based on how I feel, how I'm moving through my life, what emotions I'm moving with. And then the calling in, the call of action, if you will, based on what I intend, what I imbue, what I feel. If I'm feeling super excited about something and I desire and I'm ready for that communication step up, reverberation of, okay, I'm ready for more, then so too does the communication between us change and alter and shift. And all beings that are linked within that contract field, more primary, if you will, and we'll talk about that in another show. There's so much to talk about, your primary team. Then those primary team members synchronistically, spontaneously cue in. Oh yes, okay, she requires something from us. Let's send her some telepathic information about the universe, as happened in my dentist appointment yesterday. So it can come at any time. And so it's not that I'm gifted information every single time I ask for it. Sometimes it's me having to find it within myself. And that's a part of growth as well. You're not always going to be gifted the golden plate of answers all the time, for it is within you to seek it. It's within you to find it, because it's within. Sometimes, however, beyond the state of awareness that we have within the reality that we swim within, the density, if you will, frequency, vibration, third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, that's what I'm speaking about. If the concepts are not readily there for me, then there will be downloads in a vision type of form. And then I will see it in my mind. And then I can collaborate and swim with the information that I know. It's not always I'm being gifted with all of this information and I put it together in a nice little painting, but it's from other beings. In a way, yes, but in a way, no. I still have to put together the information of all that I know to be true about who I am. For me, from my perspective. And this is why every single path is different. I'm only offering my wisdoms from what I know to be true about who I am and what I've experienced. They're different for you. You'll receive information differently. You will communicate information differently with your teams. But it must begin somewhere if you choose to expand and move upon this path. And this is why the path work is so important, because you get to practice. You get to hone your skills on how you receive information, how you give information. What symbols do you prefer to see? How do you prefer to see your symbols? How do you prefer to get symbols? These are all things you work through as you create your sacred daily time with yourself and your higher teams. And so, because I've been on this path for quite some time, I've allowed myself to expand in a certain way so that information can come to me. I used to have to go into deep, deep meditative thought and create, an hour or so and go into that deep meditative state. But now I can be in a waking state because I keep my vibration. I maintain my vibration at a level where the information can be easily accessed through the energy field of all that I am. This in part is assisted by the energetic implant. those that have biological implants are usually transferring information. The implant is just a conduit. It's a conductor. It assists and allows information to go back and forth between you and your teams based on whatever contract you've written. Some people have come here to create biological information to be transferred back and forth about the process of ascension, or about illness, or about whatever it is they're working with, and whatever their contract is, what they've been excited about to explore. So everything is different. There is no one answer for every being, because every path is different. Every Akashic history is different. Every Akashic core of all that you are swims within the now moment of why things are released to you and why you're excited about what you're excited about. But the path must begin at some point. And this is why the more that you seek within, the more that you do your daily path work, the more that you go within all of this, you'll find greater and more exciting ways to communicate. And why they will be less and less by word, by spoken word. They will be more telepathic thought projections, thought stories, projected stories of thought frequency. This is how higher dimensional beings communicate from vast aspects of the cosmos. It does not matter that the sixth dimensional Plutonians are so many light years away from us. It does not matter. Or that they could be any planet or any being could be 10,000 light years away from us. It does not matter. It's about the frequency and the consciousness that you allow yourself to hone yourself within. You can connect with it in the moment of a breath. And we've said this time and time again. You do not need billion-dollar equipment to connect with ET life. But it's a path that we must walk to understand more of who we are. So that aspect of life, that aspect of separation and experience has served us. However, it doesn't have to. We can go within and do this right here, right now. Call in your teams. The veils of illusion between dimensional frequencies is becoming less and less and less. This is the process of our planetary ascension. Why our planet has changed. Why the frequencies of our planet have changed to allow us greater ability to communicate with higher frequencies. And this thus then allows human ascension to be what it is. They're all systems, benevolent systems, spiraling systems of light, allowing us to be more and experience more all that we are. So know that, dear lighted ones, our class is April 21st, April 30th. These are super expansive topics. Feel free to download. Tina usually has these up in, I think, within a couple of hours. So feel free to download the podcast and listen to them over and over, because as I said, what clicks for you right now will be different than what clicks for you in a month from now, or a week from now, or even a couple of hours from now. And it doesn't mean you have to swim within this energy all the time, but if you're seeking an expansive understanding, if you're seeking an expansive knowingness, then sometimes these informations will click at different times when you're done your clearing, when you're done your healing, and so on, because it's a constant process of clearing and integration and moving and expanding. So we thank you, everybody, for your love and your energies and your teams that have stepped forward for these discussions today. For it's pretty amazing that we get to do this in a platform like this. So we appreciate your love and your energy as always. Tune in to us every week as we explore expansive concepts of who we are as human beings, as we explore who we are as spirit beings, and know that you are loved and guided and supported in every way. My love and my light to you all, as always, and know that we are always connected in the ethers and as our consciousness swims within the whole in the matrix of creation. So start from there. Start from how loved and divine and unbelievable you are. Step in that familial gathering of soul family, of spirited delight. Start there and then move out. So our love and light to you as always. Enjoy your week, enjoy your path, and know that you are divinely loved and guided every way. Thank you, dear lighted ones.